Hello, my friends. This is Chapter 16 Workbook Help. Chapter 16 Workbook Help. So, if you'll get your packet, Chapter 16, okay, the first question says, what was the illness that killed so many Indian children? The illness was measles. Okay, measles. Their bodies were not equipped to handle a white person's disease that our bodies had been used to, or that the settlers' bodies had been used to fighting. And so they were all dying of measles. Now, the next part says to write a summary of the chapter. Now, we're not writing a summary of the book. We're just writing a summary of chapter 16. So, in chapter 16, remember the settlers were coming over. They were arriving with wagons full of sick kids, and people were getting sick. The Indians were getting sick. Joe Louis was starting to stir up anger with the Indians. The Sagar kids got sick. And then Tomahas comes to the mission and calls out Dr. Whitman outside. And the chapter ends with Mary Ann screaming that Father and John were getting killed. So again, I'm going to read you my summary. I'm also going to attach the summary that I've typed up, and then you can copy it into your book. Okay? Just like we've done before. All right, this is what I said. At the beginning of chapter 16, the farm machinery Dr. Whitman ordered 2 years ago came in. Wagons with very sick people started arriving at the mission. The Indians were getting very sick and dying at an alarming rate. Joe Louis is stirring up anger toward the white men. The Sagar children get very sick, and Mama is trying to take care of everyone. Dr. Whitman comes home and takes over the care of the sick ones. Tomahas comes to the mission and calls out Dr. Whitman and John. The chapter ends with Mary Ann screaming that Father and John were getting killed. So, go to the typed up document. If you want to reword it a little bit, add some things, that's totally fine. If you just want to copy the summary that I wrote, remember a summary is a condensed version. It's the blurb of that chapter or the book, depending on what the summary is of. All right, my friends, chapter 16, workbook help. Bye.